Welcome to She Rises Through It, a podcast for the woman becoming, especially in the messy middle. I'm Sydney Jocelyn, mama, writer, creative, and a woman on the journey of finding herself after far too long following the rules, the roles, and the version of life we're told we're supposed to live. I'm not here to teach from the mountaintop. I'm here in the thick of it, sharing what's helping me rise through the hard parts, the shifts, the setbacks, the quiet breakthroughs. This space is real, raw. We'll talk about the good, the grief, the ugly truths, and the moments of hope that keep pulling us forward. It's not always easy, but it's always worth it. Please know, what I share comes from my lived experience. It's not medical or mental health advice. If you or someone you love is struggling, please reach out to a licensed professional who can truly support you. This is about becoming through it all. You're not behind, you're becoming. Welcome back to She Rises Through It. This is episode 5. Letting go of the old version of me. Oh, this is going to be a fun one. Because when you start working on that process of letting go of yourself, it's actually truly hard. And letting go the beliefs that you've believed for decades since childhood. So today's episode is not going to be polished. It's going to be real. I think every episode's real though. So yeah, if you don't think it's real, let me know your feedback because gosh, I feel like I'm a hot mess all the time and that my podcast comes straight from my heart. Here I am sitting with this truth lately of letting go of myself and that I'm not the girl, woman, or version I used to be. Honestly, letting go of her has been one of the hardest things I've ever done. And I've also had to honor her. I've had to understand that this old version of me got me to where I am today. She helped me through the chaos. She helped me survive. She just never truly embraced who she was. She never truly loved herself. And here we are, letting go of her, working through it. I think back to when I was young, little Sydney Jocelyn, elementary school days, hating myself, everything changed. And I felt like I was always trying to fit in. I always felt like I was trying to be something or someone that felt like she'd finally be accepted. I remember the comments of, "You talk too much." Shoot, someone very close in my life named a song after me that "You talk too much." Who does that to a child? Who does that to a child? Because all that does is inflict so much negativity and diminishes their light of who they are. So I started shrinking. I started shrinking myself. I started allowing all of that to be radiated throughout my entire body. I started to learn that I just needed to perform instead of just be. I needed to push for the next best thing, and I needed to prove myself, and I needed to prove to the world that I was worthy. I didn't realize during all of that I started to build this version of me that just made me feel like I was tolerated and I wasn't celebrated. And, maybe that's not what other people saw or looked at when they were with me, but that is how I felt. And that is what I allowed to take over me. So when I started transitioning from little Sydney, from elementary school to middle school to high school and college, I still kept chasing belonging and kept chasing that I needed to be the next best thing. And I was still trying to prove my worth and that I was worthy of something. I got really good at hiding the self-doubt. That is something about me. Nobody could understand why was I so negative or what I was going through because I radiated so much on the outside. I was always smiling through it. I was working harder. I was just trying to be this positive energy, doing all the things that looked like I had it together. However, inside, there was still this little girl who didn't think she was good enough. That feeling of not being good enough really made the times of my life that were supposed to be the best times were the hardest times for me. After college, I met my husband. I met my husband. He saw something in me that I didn't, and I wish I could say that at that time when I met him that it all clicked and it was perfect and I found my self-worth, but I never did. I never believed that I was truly worthy of love and that I was worthy of his love. There were moments I always questioned, why do you love me? Why do you want to be with me? I allowed others' words and comments get in my head and bring me further down that I wasn't worthy of his love and that I wasn't and couldn't always feel the love that he was giving. And like I mentioned, I spent years wondering if I was lovable by him. Even though he would say it, he'd say, I love you. He embraced every part of me. He truly saw me. He's always been my cheerleader, my rock, the one that if I have a crazy idea, he's like, let's do it. I mean, even right now, during our stage of life, we talk through everything. He is my biggest confidant. He is obviously my husband, the father of my children, but he is my cheerleader. He is my best friend. He knows everything and anything. Even when I first met him, I remember sitting in my condo at the time. We were talking and there was this huge thing on my heart, and I opened up about everything to him in my past, everything, every negative thing, every negative experience, every negative thought, everything I went through. I have always been an open book to him. There's no secrets between us. We go through every hardship together, no matter what. That is our biggest thing, is keeping the lines of communication open. And I remember that day. I remember sitting there crying into his arms and I think we were only together for a month too, but he knew it all. The good, the bad, the ugly, the ghosts in the skeletons in the closet. Like he knew, he has known, and he still loved me. He still loved me. At that moment, yes, did I feel like he really saw me and really loved me, even though it was only after a month? We were even told within our first year that it seemed like me and him had been together for a very long time. Something about us, like our souls and our hearts just clicked and we knew everything. We supported each other on everything. We met each other through the ups and the downs. It wasn't that I was just this nice girl or one who held it all together, but I was someone who he chose to love wholeheartedly. I was someone who he chose to embrace the mess. This whole time of me not feeling like I'm worthy of love, it wasn't him. It was the version of me that didn't believe that I deserved to be chosen in the first place. And that has had our ups and downs in our relationship and in our marriage. It's being able to work through those though, and it's being able to come together as a couple and truly support each other because we change in life. We go through different seasons. We go through different versions of ourselves, and it's who you partner with that accepts it. And he knew it all. We finally got engaged, found out we were pregnant, and then all of those self-doubts continued to come back because I started hearing comments, why would he marry her? He's only marrying her because they're pregnant. Guys, so often I feel like I have to defend myself, and we didn't even know we were pregnant when he proposed. We were looking at rings together, shopping together. I picked the ring up from the jewelry store when it was done because my place of work was so much closer than where his job site was at. I had to bring the ring up to the cabin. He's like, can you hold on to it? Can you bring it up? And even the day of that I knew he was going to do it, he's like, well, where did you put the ring? I'm like, seriously? I told you it was in my bag. Like, you could just grab it and not tell me that you're grabbing it. I knew it was coming, but I didn't know the moment he was doing it. My sister-in-law and father-in-law were acting weird, and Jord was acting weird. He's like, come look at these ducks. And for some reason in me, I'm like, okay, we're at the lake. Like, yeah, let's go look at these ducks. I didn't think anything of it, even though I know he had the ring on him. But I was thinking he wasn't going to do it in front of everyone, but he did. So, yeah, then getting engaged, finding out the next day after being so incredibly hungover, like we partied hard with the neighbors. It was a great time. My sister-in-law hated me though that night. I was that sloppy, blacked out mess of a fiance. Just had celebrated with everybody of our engagement, and she she was a postpartum mama hearing me in the middle of the night, like laying on the bathroom floor yelling for Jordan. I love her for that. I love her for that because she's amazing. But I let all of that hit me. I let all of those comments hit me. I let the whole world be like, why is he marrying her? Shoot, that kid did not want to get married. That kid did not want to get married. And he told me one Saturday, "Oh, we can go ring shopping." And we did. We went ring shopping and we picked out a ring. And I looked at him. I'm like, are you sure? Are you positive? He's like, absolutely. I kept doubting it. I was like, are you serious? It's been 6 years. We're getting this ring. This is the ring. I helped pick it out. I mean, it was an us thing. Even his ring was an us thing. It wasn't just I picked it out for him. Like, we make the decisions together. We are a team. So we moved our wedding up. I allowed all that negativity to come in. Jordan didn't want me to have to try getting back into shape or anything after having Brooks. So we got married, had Brooks, and motherhood hit me. That's when I feel like everything started to unravel. This whole plan that I had, because I'm such a planned person, right? You plan all this stuff out, everything's going to be perfect. And that's why I'm worthy. But it all started unraveling. And I think that's the moment life started hitting me. And it hit me like a flipping freight train. A flipping freight train. I didn't even recognize myself. Not physically, not spiritually or emotionally. Nothing was how I pictured it was going to be. It was a very hard maternity leave. Every week we were in at the doctor's. At 2 months, Brooks was hospitalized for a week. And then we found out we were pregnant again with Huxley. I was back at work. I was showing up at work being, this is my outlet. I love coming to work. This is my outlet. But really, I was giving my energy to a place that didn't align with me. And I just felt like I was fitting in again. So then through that year, here comes Huxley. And now I have 2 perfect, beautiful babies. And I still felt so broken and so lost. Like, how can a mom feel that way after having 2 beautiful babies? Well, postpartum depression is a thing, and what women go through and how our hormones change is a complete thing. I felt like I was alone. I didn't know other people were going through it, and I spiraled. I continued to let the negative thoughts affect me. I had anger, resentment, guilt, all of it. Like, I couldn't control what I allowed to soak up my energy. It wasn't just the baby blues. It was like a whole full-on identity collapse. That's the part not a lot of people talk about. When I started hearing about some friends that went through postpartum, I was completely floored. I was like, what? And it was this whole, okay, I'm not alone. And during this, how can you even mourn the woman you were, even if you didn't even love her? Like, how could I mourn who I was and be so negative through my postpartum journey when I didn't even love who I was? How? Postpartum started this entire shift for both babies. I started protecting my boundaries. I started not allowing things to be said. I was pretty stern on it. Me and Jordan talked about it a lot, and he was sticking up for it. And he was like, this is us together. We are a unit. We are a team. He was dealing with all the pain I was going through. And then things started hitting harder for me. And I just felt like I wasn't aligning. I was starting to burn out even more than that weekend shift of, F this, I'm done, I'm moving forward, and I'm changing. When that shift started, I was nervous and I was like, it's just this like energy high that I have and it's going to diminish here soon. But I started seeing my life differently. I booked that trip to Costa Rica and there was this complete calmness over me. I don't get calm over a trip, I get excited over a trip. And I was very calm. I was very patient. How is this real that I'm going to Costa Rica on a retreat with a bunch of individuals? I have no idea where they're from, who they are, and they have no idea about me. And that's when I started seeing how much more my husband has been there and how much my husband loves me and how much he's always loved me, even when I couldn't feel it or receive it. I started looking at that old version of me, the one who has tried so hard, the one who has never felt enough. And I have been slowly starting to let her go. I'm letting her go with love, with gratitude. Remember, she's gotten me where I am, and she's who I needed to be to get me to this point. Also, there's this deep knowing that she is not who I'm here to be anymore. She is not the version I want in this world, and she's not the version that I want my children to see. She is not the version that I want to leave a legacy with. She, again, is honored, but she is not me. This journey doesn't start with a overnight change, right? So if you're listening to this and you feel like, if I just do this, it's going to change. No, I'm very sorry to break it to you, but it is going to take time. It is going to take that one tool, resource, activity, 15-minute change, and consistency to start getting you on that path. Hard. It is so incredibly hard to let go of that person because I still at moments look back. However, I allow myself to see those thoughts and I allow myself to let them flow through and let them be, or I journal them down. And then if I journal them down, I come back with, this is not who you are. I've also started like energy ritual for myself with sage. And before I come on here for a podcast or I come into my office here, I go through and I let out that negative energy and I embrace the new energy. And I speak everything out loud of what I'm letting go of and what I'm embracing and what I want to bring into today with intention. It's a complete change of just the new tools and resources and opening up my faith, my spirituality, and becoming home to myself. I'm just embracing like the true meaning of becoming me and becoming spiritual. It's a very empowering and eye-opening experience. If you feel like you're in this in-between, if you're trying to figure out who you were, who you're becoming, or you don't know how to get there, or you just feel like, oh my gosh, I've done all this progress and now I'm like 10 steps back, I want to tell you it's okay. It is completely okay. And you're not failing. You're not behind. You are becoming. And it takes that journey to get you here. And it takes even more time. I'm not even fully there. I'm just at a new part in this journey. So letting go of this old version, it's not weakness. It's truly sacred. And it means you're ready to live from truth and not survival. That is what I am here for. That is what I'm embracing, and letting go of this old version is very difficult, very hard. I will never say it's easy because I'm still letting her go. And I know if I'm going through it, anybody can go through it. And I know that we are not behind, we are becoming. And I truly believe that. So I want to thank you for being here, for holding space for this part of me, and holding space for yourself if you are trying to figure out or are working through letting go of that old version of yourself. So, no, again, you are not behind. You are becoming. If you are on this journey of letting go, please reach out. Let's rise together. I would love to hear your story. I would love to be here for you, and I would love to root you on. I would love to be part of that positive impact for you. I don't have it all figured out. I will never have it all figured out. I may have tips, tricks, tools, and resources that I do that I can also share with you of what I do. And hopefully, maybe you have stuff that you do too and could share with me. And you're just an open book to exploring new beginnings and new becomings. Again, thank you for being here. If this episode felt like something you needed to message me, like I said, tell me where you're at, tag me, share it, or just sit with it. Sit with it and breathe through it. Because you know what? We rise through it, remember? And we rise through it together. Have a beautiful day. I am so thankful you joined me today on She Rises Through It. Thank you so much for being here. Truly. If something in today's episode stirred something in you, I'd love for you to follow, share it with a friend, or leave a few words in a review. It helps more women find this space. We are just getting started, and next week's episode is already unfolding. I cannot wait to bring you along for it. Our full website and more resources are coming soon, but until then, you can always connect with me on Instagram at Sydney Jocelyn. Until next time, you're not behind, you're becoming.